not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Greetings, my goblin nation! Welcome to the show! Welcome to a review of The Flash. Apparently this was from last week. I was like, alright, new episode. Oh, I missed an episode. Oh, yeah, that's because my Netflix is like, you know what? You can't have it. Anyway, serious note, this one is like magnifique. I like it. I love it. Why do I love it? Well, they have the other forces coming on, and this was like in the run, the run where I hopped on. There was the first Godspeed, and there were some other storylines, but eventually there was the Still Force. There was the Still Force, the Strength Force, and we already seen the Strength Force. The Strength Force was with the former character kind of thing. She was like the strong She-Hulk kind of character, but She-Hulk has been taken, and that's cool and awesome. That they're not the same as in the comic, because in the comics those forces are people. The people that get this force, and they're all fighting. They're like, this is like because the wall is broken. In the comics, it's this big wall, this big giant fucking wall around the universe, maybe even the multiverse. And behind that, in the metal event kind of thing in the comics, a metal event, really cool, really dope. And the metal event, the wall broke, and because of that, things came out. One of those things that came out were other forces. The other forces, because the Speed Force doesn't like the other forces, and so it pushed them away. But then they came back, and kind of like this war going on till Zoom. That was like the big villain of that kind of thing. He was wanted all the forces, so eventually he had all the Still Force, the kind of thing, all the forces. He used them all, kind of thing. He was this godlike being on this, and yeah, we had Zoom in season 2, kind of thing. But that was like the comic, like he had that kind of thing. And after that, I think was the other forces, kind of thing. But apparently, while the Speed Force was dying because of it. Because of that other forces coming, there was also kind of thing. Anyway, so now the Speed Force is back, but the Speed Force is hurt. Like, literally came down, kind of thing. Like, they were talking, and then it's like her mother was like, wait, that's my mother. No, wait, that's the Speed Force. The Speed Force is actually here. And we find out, well, first it is like this Caitlyn thing that Frost doesn't want to become again. She doesn't want to be a hero. She doesn't want to be a villain. She wants to be herself and not go back into Caitlyn. But Caitlyn wants her back. Like, come on, we are kind of well. And that's like, okay, maybe the Firestone Matrix kind of things to combine ourselves together again. And that sounds awesome, you know. That sounds kind of thing normal. But Frost wants her to be, and how can you blame her? Like, I'm finally free. And you want us back, kind of thing. That's insane, sister. But insane. I don't want that. Why would I want that? Kind of thing. So then there is, we find out there is this villain that uses fear. So first there is a little bit of fear of our Joel's girlfriend, kind of thing, that has like fear. She is an actually important part in this episode, like really important, kind of thing. Then we find out the villain, and even those like, oh, I don't have like, oh, you think you're bigger villains than me? And I was like, no, there isn't. I am the big villain. And makes everybody fears, kind of thing. We find out he's an actually god. Well, kind of like the Speed Force is the god, like the infestation of God, kind of thing. And so the Strength Force is that monstrosity that we saw last episode. So they're all stronger, but they're also kind of killing the kind of... I love this aspect. And also their masks are really gonna try to recreate that. But I don't have. All I have like blue color. I have green color. I have to find this purple, pink kind of color, kind of thing. But anyway, so that mask will be a while, and it's not gonna look the same because this is the results of my mask. So it's gonna be inspired by this mask, not entirely that. Anyway, so besides that, I'm gonna create something like that because this is so awesome. I just love because Godspeed was like the first because that got me into the Flash comics, and it's the whole run from the kind of Godspeed, from the Still Force, all that kind of thing. I was there when it came out. I was like, I found like the Flash run was not overkill. Like, oh my god, I cannot believe that. It was always like, oh, I'm enjoying this. I was like, oh, this is interesting kind of thing. Those kind of thing. I always love it. I always kept reading it, and yeah, now they're adapting it already. I mean, already it's like been 3-4 years now, I think, since that kind of storyline happened. Because Godspeed was like, we already seen some Godspeed, even though that was kind of very badly done. This version of the Still Force, the kind of things, I have no idea, the Psycho Force or whatever, this kind of thing, it's also like this that she can control, but he uses to control it, fear. I think you can control people's mind. It's like what the other kind of thing. But I love this, that there are so like these other forces out there, and that they actually kind of bring this into the storyline, because it's so amazing. And now it's the fear. I'm gonna call it the fear force, but it's not really the fear force. It's the mentally kind of force or whatever it was called. Yes, I'm a great fan about these forces, and I don't even know all the names of the forces. But I know the Still Force, I know the Strength Force, the Mind Force. I'm not sure that it's called the Mind Force, but whatever. So this guy, God, I mean, he's kind of God, because apparently he has not even a body, because he disappears in the end. So like, well, that's how did you do? Like, either you destroyed him or he vanished, but apparently by the end it's known that he is actually like the Speed Force created one. So this guy that's maybe behind this mask is a guy, but not really, because that's the God kind of having like, oh, that body's interesting, maybe I should remake kind of thing, make my own kind of body, like this, like the Speed Force made Barry's Barry's mom, like kind of being her body. Anyway, so the Speed Force is on all the story is like recovering, but he cannot like, I want to recover. I don't need to recover. My god, I'm very weak. Because I got attacked by the Strength Force and the freaking Fear Force or whatever, that force, Psycho Force or whatever. Anyway, so he is trying to make everybody fear like all the time. I like that juice, the fear. Ooh, lovely. Oh, yes, give me some more fear. Lovely. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so they tried to stop it. Trying like, aha, we got the nope. Barry's Frost seems like the fear that she's gonna be that Caitlyn would kind of think, and she will be locked up in prison, and that's her fear. Her fear is that she's gonna be locked in prison again, and she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to go to prison. She doesn't want. That's her greatest fear. She thinks Caitlyn would kind of sacrifice him, like, you're a killer. What's funny enough, there is this woman from by the cops that tries to get and tries like, you have been like letting Caitlyn go. I'm like, is she high? I mean, have you not seen any freaking TV show and kind of thing and other superheroes? Every time there's a villain, they redeem themselves, and somehow nobody cares about that. Somehow, some way, now somebody cares about it. Now somebody's like, you know what? I'm gonna care about it. You also gonna do the rest of the villains, my dear? You're gonna do the other villains, going to Supergirl, that villain. I'm not sure there is actually a villain, but that villain gonna stop. You're gonna stop, I don't know, other villains that became good guys. I mean, I would say like on the Flash, there's Captain Cold, but Captain Cold is dead. Then there's Rory, that guy is still alive, but he is, time traveling. So also Sarah Lance is kind of went to bad things, but she also is a good guy. So that is also ninja, so harder to catch. I mean, I feel like there are some hero villains kind of thing, heroes becoming villains, villain kind of thing, that that's like you're gonna have a long list if you're gonna go after redempted hero. Also, is present the whole thing to be redeemed, and she's redeemed, kind of thing. You have to redeem, kind of. That's the kind of thing of present, kind of thing. She has been redeemed. She done some bad stuff. Yes, bad stuff. But she's alive now. She's very beautiful. We should go for other villains, like this guy. Well, this God. And this God made lots of people fear. The whole kind of thing he did it on this bar stuff. But how do they stop him? Well, Barry cannot stop him. He tries and fails. But they have even an ID. So we got Joel's girlfriend's like, okay, gonna be in the chair of the Tinkers. Like, I don't want to become evil. I don't want to become psychopathic. I don't want to become that. You know, that sounds very horrible. I like my life as this, without being becoming top, but I kind of thing becoming like the Tinker. I don't want that kind of thing. But it's like, no, we got you. We have your back. This is not gonna happen. You're not an evil genius kind of thing. You're not gonna become a evil. So he does the thinking kind of thing. She does it, and then this burst because of that kind of thing. Then it's like she does like Barry has to overcome it, and he overcomes his fear of like, and he's like, yes, I am fair, but I will not let that stop. I am afraid, but I will not let that stop me. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's a good speech. I like the speech. And then he goes, kind of thing, and that bravery. She also bursts because she can put emotions into others. That was her thing that she did to top. Now she is doing that to the whole city. Everybody that got feared now she will have bravery kind of thing in them, and so overcoming their fear kind of thing. That also kills the fear god psycho kind of thing. It kills them. It's like, I don't know. He's not dead probably, but yeah, he is defeated for kind of thing, and he disappears. I'm like, this was cool. I was first not just like, okay, guy with a mask being a side, but him being God in a kind of thing, like Nora, Barry's mom kind of thing is a Speed Force station. This guy is then the Strength Force kind of thing. This is like so cool, so awesome. I love it. I love everything about this. That I'm gonna give this an Omega kind of thing. And I like episode. It's not maybe that worthy of an Omega, but I feel like just because I read the comics, just because I like his look, just because I like how they defeat him, like two forces kind of fighting each other. I love that kind of thing. Also, there is two Frost, Caitlyn and Frost are not separate. Even though it's like, hey, let's combine. Frost kills it, and also feels like that's gonna go wrong. It's like, you should at least just tell it. But she does say, it's like, I'm not good with words. I wish I was good with words, but I'm not good with words. That kind of thing. I'm good in destroying things. And then at the end, it's like, somebody wants to do my greatest fear, getting me in jail. I don't want to be in jail. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Loved this episode. People's fear coming to life. People's kind of thing. Seeing Savitar and the Reverse Flash again for some reason. I'm not a big fan of Savitar. It's like, he's very much like, first he was like, okay, he's kind of a big deal. But now, how longer this go, how less I like him as a villain. He was like, okay, now he's Savitar. He was a version of Barry, and it's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. You feel like a Transformer knockoff. And he was a kind of thing, but he was a little bit more badass. Maybe he's still badass, but when you see him in nightmares, he seems like, eh. Anyway, maybe all the forces combined kind of thing gonna become Red Dead. I don't know. I have no idea. They teased Red Dead, but I'm not sure what Red Dead's gonna make. And also, what's the Godspeed thing? Are we not gonna see some more of Godspeed kind of stuff? I feel like we should. But somehow it's like, nope. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I give it very much an Omega level episode. I love the mask. And yeah, I kind of like masks. And I will make this kind of version of it on some point. Not sure how. Not sure when, because those kind of thing. And now with the lockdown we got going on here again, I cannot get that. Because kind of thing, I can also like be, hey, can I be there on this kind of hour? Do you guys have that? No? Okay, yeah, then and I'm not gonna be there. Whatever. It's time to end this episode, and I hope you enjoyed my review of the Flash, the fastest man in universe. Well, kind of, you know. He fell also back asleep after this, and then the god of the Speed Force wakes up. It's like, hey, you asleep? Now I'm gonna wake. Hi. Kind of thing. Anyway, looking forward to next episode. I know I could already have been watching it, but you know, I'm gonna wait a little bit, at least a few days, at least maybe till next week, and then the other one. And I'm always a week behind, so that's not gonna count. I'll find a way to catch up on it. But for now, it's time to end this episode, my crazy and insane friends. I hope you liked, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Goodbye. Good night. Speed Force out, man. Ooh, I would have the Crazy Force. The Insanity Force. No, that sounds bad. I am from the Insanity Force. Anyway, goodbye. Good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.